残念だけど仕方ない。ピカチュウ、また今度な。
ピカベーカン、これパパから。
お、やったー新しい帽子ゲットだぜ。
Did Ash Ketchum just meet his father? Let's talk about it. We just got Pocket Monsters of Distant Blue Sky and it was pretty freaking good. But first, I want to give you all a big thanks for helping me reach 2,000 subscribers. I literally couldn't have made it here without you, so I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. And look at all the amazing artwork that people drew for me for last week on my birthday. It's honestly insane that anyone would actually go out of their way to do that for me, so again, thank you. And finally, this animation made by Ultra Afroman is just top notch. I love that he gave me both Grookey and Pichu. But enough of that, let's talk about the episode. Let's start it off with the music being absolutely beautiful. Like the composition in this, all the sound effects are just so top notch. The music was great all throughout the episode. There was not one dull moment where the music, I was like, man, this music sucks. No, like that did not come out of my mouth. It wasn't even a thought. Like that thought just came now as I spoke it, but during the episode, that wasn't even in my mind because dang. That music was just so good alongside the animation. Like it really felt like the OS just got remade to like a modern time, and it was just a good ass animation. Like there's no other way to put it. Like the animation was top notch, especially the art style. Like the trees in the background, I was just looking at those trees like, man, those are some nice trees. It even captured the OS comedy. Like I really enjoyed the part where Team Rocket was reciting their motto and they're like, you're not gonna get the key from us, and as soon as they're done reciting the motto, Ash is like, well, I got the key, thanks. It was just really good comedy spread throughout, like Team Rocket spying on Ash with the newspaper. There was just really good comedy that really reminded me of the OS comedy, which is one of the best things about the OS. Speaking of the OS, we even got a reference to Ash's Primate, with Ash even specifically stating that he had a Mankey steal his hat before. You can really tell that the team behind this was from the OS, which apparently it was. Like the OS team specifically worked on this episode, and you can honestly just tell it really, I'm telling you, it just felt like the original series remade into a modern time. And let's talk about the episode itself. Like the story was good. It was about Ash meeting this boy named Haruto, which ended up actually being a spirit, which was crazy. It was kind of hinted at throughout the episode, and I kind of picked up on it pretty early. But you know, I don't think it was like anything like revolutionary. Of course, I'm pretty sure everyone felt that way. But the story was really well done. I really enjoyed how Haruto was there. We had his father and his mother who were just doing their best to, like, you know, keep his memory in front of them. And at that one scene where Haruto appears behind his father and his mother was just really touching. Like it actually made me pretty sad. Like, you know, he knows that his parents really do care about him and stuff like that. We got really faked out with the Ash Ketchum dad thing. I know I used it as like the clickbait, but you know, pardon me, I'm trying to get some views here. But honestly, they just baited us really hard. But I will say they're giving us a little bit of hope, because the fact that they're even bringing up Ash Ketchum's dad now, and that he just barely missed him, it makes you think that actually it's possible that we're going to see him at some point, because now we're going to get 11 episodes, I believe, or something like that, 11 to 12 episodes starting in January, and so maybe at some point Ash will meet his father. I don't know, who knows. But you know, it was cool that they brought him up. I think it's maybe the second time, like back in the beginning of the original series, they did bring up Ash's father and stuff like that. Now I will say it'd be a crazy twist if this episode was kind of like a prediction, kind of, not a prediction, a foreshadowing is the word I'm looking for, of how when Ash's father is actually not alive. You know, how crazy would that be? Like Delia tells him, oh, let's meet me at Tonari Town, whatever, I'm gonna be there with your dad and we're gonna have lunch or whatever, and then as soon as Ash gets there, he just happened to have left. What a coincidence, you know. Maybe Delia is just like not ready to tell Ash about what happened to Ash's father, and Ash running to Haruto is actually kind of what happened to his father. I don't know, crazy thing, I don't know, I'm just thinking of, but yeah. Anyways, so this episode itself was just good. I really enjoyed the pacing of this episode. I think the episode was really well done. The beginning was really cool with Ash and the Gyarados and that random trainer. I was like, is Ash just gonna catch a Gyarados here? I guess not, but that was really cool. And him battling the Machamp with Hyper Beam that looked like a Kamehameha, literally. It was great. And then all the episode with the Haruto thing was all just really, really well done. I really enjoyed everything, and I don't think the pacing was wrong at all. Like everything felt really smooth, and it wrapped an entire story like in this 22 minutes, so I really enjoyed that. I even got a subtle reference, in my opinion, to Brock and Misty, because the first thing that he runs into is the Gyarados, which is of course associated with Misty, and then later on when he's catching up to the Mankey, and right before he does catch up to Mankey, we see Onix, which of course was the ace Pokemon of Brock. I also will say, I just love how they sprinkled so many OS Pokemon into this one episode. Like, they just packed a whole bunch in there. They wanted to make sure we got all the OS in there as much as possible. Now, it's hard to give this episode a rating because it has nothing really to do with, you know, Pokemon Journeys, and so I'm just going to be rating this as a separate scale, so this plus the 11 episodes will just be scaled against each other, if that makes sense. And I do believe that this is a really good start to that. Like, it did a good introduction of Ash, just bringing him back into the story, into this separate thing, which is completely different animated, apparently. Completely different. I prefer this much more to Journeys, by the way. Yeah, I just think that it's going to set up a really good pace. If every episode is like a really good story just packed into one episode like this, like we have kind of know that we're gonna have a Gary thing, him probably at Oaks Corral, Missy's gonna be there, stuff like that. We even have Brock making an appearance at some point. Now I don't think those are the only episodes. I think those are all like, I would say this is like the first 4-ish episodes or something like that, if that, probably even less than that. And then as soon as those 2 episodes end, it's gonna be that. I don't think that this is all gonna happen in the same episode, but I honestly clearly could. It actually really much could. Now I take that back. I think it's all gonna happen in one episode, and this is just the kind of like a preview trailer for the first episode. But yeah, my rating for this episode is a 9 out of 10. Yeah, like I really enjoyed this episode. Like I said, the animation was good, the music was good, the pacing was good, like everything was good, but it just wasn't great. I don't know. I really just felt like it just lacks a little bit to be perfect. I wouldn't give this a perfect rating. However, this is a top-notch episode, and in fact, it's actually one that I would not mind to watch again. It was just really beautifully done. This episode's music was good, animation was good, storytelling was good, pacing was good. I just didn't feel that it was great, and because of that, I just gotta give it a 9 out of 10. I don't know, that's just the rating that's really speaking to me. And I do want to note that this special does not take anything to do with Journeys, and it's actually the continuity, the same one from I Choose You, The Power of Us, and The Secrets of the Jungle. So that's a nice way to, you know, so that's a nice thing to keep in mind. It has nothing to do with Pokemon Journeys and what just happened now. It's a completely different continuity. At least this episode was. Doesn't mean the next 11 episodes are going to be, so this might even just be a standalone on its own. In fact, was storyboarded by the original executive director, Kunihiko Yuyama. So yeah, that explains why it has such an OS feel and so many references to the OS. I'm really hoping that the next few episodes before the Scarlet and Violet anime are all great like this. I mean, they really do have the potential and they have all the resources to do so, so I really hope that they pull through in here because I really enjoyed this one. Speaking of which, I haven't even made a video on the Scarlet and Violet anime because I happened to be out when that got announced last week, so I couldn't even do that, or an episode review for the last episode of Pokemon Journeys. So if you want to hear my thoughts on that, join my Discord down below because, well, that's what I'll be talking about if you even care to hear my thoughts about it. But yeah, if you made it this far into the video, I want to thank you and welcome you to join my Discord server again. We're approaching 700 members and we had the bestest of time just talking about Anipok, playing games together, and much, much more. It's honestly one of the best Pokemon Discord servers out there, I can promise you that. So join now and become part of the posse. But with that being said, it's been your boy Luap, and I'm out. Peace.
サトシたちの旅はまだまだ続くったら続く。